I know you all want answers, and believe me, so do I.
The Fields of Deception, exploring the dark side of crop circles. Popular belief of the origin of crop circles is that they are made by aliens or by two men with a plank of wood. Could there be something more provable and scientific for their explanation?
Dr. William C. Levengood studied the stalks of crops. He discovered the stalks were exposed to high levels of electromagnetic and microwave radiation.
Microwave amplification by stimulated emission of radiation that are directed from orbiting satellites. Many books have been written about crop circle societies. People are convinced these are aliens. The power of fake extraterrestrial control to manipulate the masses. This great deception was labelled the last card at the end of the Second World War. What is the last card? UFOs, the Nazi secret weapon, and Hitler's plans for global domination.
Von Braun created the A4B, the prototype A9, showing the curvature of the Earth and the blackness of space beyond.
We cannot take credit for our record advancement in certain scientific fields alone. We have been helped, the peoples of other worlds. And let's not forget the Foo Fighters that were famously observed by Allied pilots in November of 1944.
Wernher von Braun headed up the NASA team. Now, since that time, astronomers said they've seen UFOs coming from the moon. Could the Nazis really be up there? The question of whether ET exists remains, and there is no evidence at all for extraterrestrial life, despite the vastness of the universe.
Who's built these structures? Where are they from? What do they want?
Hitler reportedly meets famed astrologer Erich Jan Hanussen. Hanussen suggests there is a tool to help Hitler realize his goal. A good luck charm. This is Hitler's Mandrake. This Vienna newspaper shows Hitler with the Mandrake.
George Adamski was an author in the 1950s who made preposterous claims about UFOs. Adamski's chicken brooder UFO, the German scientist Walter Johannes Riedel said that this was made using a surgical lamp, and the landing struts were General Electric light bulbs. He said he'd met aliens, he had a cult following, he formed many societies, and he influenced the New Age movement to this day. Preposterous as his stories were, he became a celebrity. Queen Juliana of the Netherlands caused a public stir after inviting him to her palace. He claimed he'd had a meeting with the Pope. King Nebuchadnezzar has a dream, and Daniel interprets the dream. And in that dream he sees 4 world empires that will rise to power in the future. The last power he sees will be the Roman Empire. become the final world ruler.
Because if Europe doesn't wake up, you will all be dead.
Und wir werden in unserem Zeichen wieder siegen!
But in the meantime, is to fool the world into believing that aliens are going to come to this planet and will come and assist this Antichrist, who will wage war against Jesus Christ at his coming. What a better way to do this than to have space-based weapons to prevent it happening? The Pentagon admitting now that they exist. The world would call it the Third World War. The Bible calls it Armageddon. These clandestine conclaves convene in secrecy to chart the course towards a nefarious rule unbeknown to the general public. Concealed beneath the cloak of legitimate governments and organised religion is found deep within organisations like the Bilderbergers and the Trilateral Commission, lies in the manipulation of what people will witness in the sky. When his disciples asked him what was the sign of his return, he highlighted the rise of deceivers of earthly powers bearing his name and foretold of a secret plan aimed at paving the path for a global dictator. Jesus' prophecy is the promise that he will intervene on behalf of those who trust the truth of his word